Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 43rd episode of Live from the Adelphi PAC Living Room. My name is Blythe Daylong. I am the Executive Director of the Adelphi University Performing Arts Center. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time tonight with Adelphi. Now, while we aren't able to have audiences in person, we continue to use this show to bring Adelphi's talented students, faculty, staff, alumni, and other guests to you each week. Now, we have an excellent show tonight. So first, we have more videos from the Music and Astronomy Night at the Cradle of Aviation Museum. We showed a few of them last week. And then we welcome back Broadway's own T. Oliver Reid to the show to give a sneak preview of his upcoming Live from Adelphi concert celebrating Bobby Short. But on last week's show, we shared several videos of the Cradle of Aviation Museum's Music and Astronomy Night. Now, this is something that they do every year and in collaboration with the Adelphi University Department of Music. Now, we have two more videos from this event to share with you tonight. Now, both of these feature original music by music composition student, Adelphi student Jay Choi from the Department of Music. Now, remember, when watching these videos, they are meant to be watched in a planetarium, so the video will look a little strange on your computer or television or whatever device you're using to watch this. Now, Jay is in class, so he's unable to join us live, but he has filmed a little introduction for each of these that tells you a little bit more about his thought process in creating each of these pieces of music before each of these videos. So now I'm going to hand it over to Jay for these videos from, once again, from the Music and Astronomy Night at Garden City's Cradle of Aviation Museum. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Jay Choi, and I'm studying composition and voice in Adelphi University. I'm honored to participate in this project as a composer. After watching the video Summer Triangle Stories, I focused on the visual approach. In the main theme, I wanted to express the falling stars with a synthesizer, and the chorus sound that was constantly cut off wanted to express the communication between the universe and us. In addition, I used a heavy bass sound so that the music is not lightened, and I wanted to give a sense of space and maximize the visual beauty by applying excessive reverb to the voice sample. Please enjoy Summer Triangle Stories. If I may think the sky is love, I wanted to calmly but intensely express the feeling lost in love. We are all seeking for answers of our life or our purpose of existence. The question that we have is, who am I? So we depart from love and have journeys to find ourselves, but we realize that we are all coming back to love. So this music is composed with only a piano with calm pad sound and the voice. As a natural sound without mixing many effectors, you may see how a man sincerely confessed his wandering and he comes back to love at the end. So please enjoy Deep Sky Love.
Father, you know my question. Father, you know the answer. Let me go back to my home. I'm sick and tired of this isolation. I'm asking myself where I came from. I'm asking myself who I am. I miss those times when I was a child. I wanna go back home. Asking you, tell me where I belong. Who am I? Tell me where you want me to be now. Father, you know the answer. Father, you know my question. Father, you said this is not a coincidence. It's part of your plan. I know you have unpredictable plan of me, but sometimes it's risky and painful. Oh, I need you. So tell me who asking you, tell me where I belong. Who am I? Tell me where you want me to be now. I wanna know where I am. I wanna know who I am. I wanna know what I am. I'm seeking for answers of all the marks I made on this land with you. Oh,
Thank you again to Department of Music student Jay Choi for the great work on both of those pieces. And of course, thank you to our friends over at the Cradle of Aviation Museum for giving us access to the videos from those performances about a month or so ago. And we look forward to working with them again next year on this project. So there are a lot of great events coming up. At the PAC, we are getting into the sort of busy section of the semester for us. We have a lot of great music, dance, and theater performances yet to come from students and guest artists. As always, visit our website for complete details. While you are there, sign up for our mailing list. That is the best way to keep up with what's happening because things are being added all the time. So I encourage you to make sure you're there. And one thing in particular we have coming up is our music education department has a series of webinars coming up the next couple of months with some great education folks. This Saturday, it begins with Eric Whitaker and other music educators talking about various topics of note for teachers who are involved with music education. These are all free. They're online through most of them are in April into the beginning of May on Saturdays. So visit the website for more details about those, as well as all of the other great events we have going on. And as usual, there are a lot of great events happening around the university as well that now are all virtual, now that we're all at home for at least the rest of the semester. So of particular note on this front is on March 22nd, Adelphi welcomes Wes Moore. Wes is a New York Times bestselling author and the CEO of the Robin Hood Foundation. He is going to be speaking about the power of giving and his work through philanthropy and other projects with all kinds of different things. So that is on Monday, March 22nd. More details about that event, as well as others, again, throughout the university, are available on that website. Now on with this show. So I am thrilled to welcome back our next guest to the show. We last saw him back in August. He is going to be part of our Live from Adelphi concert series this coming up this Sunday afternoon. We'll talk more about him in a minute, but I'm going to start by just showing you all, as a reminder, those of you who maybe weren't with us in August, don't know who he is, to just give you a little taste of how wildly talented he is with a performance from the recent Sondheim Unplugged concert that was broadcast by 54 Below and recorded there. So enjoy this first taste of T. Oliver Reid.
Anyone can whistle, that's what they say. Easy. Anyone can whistle any old day. Easy. It's all so simple. Relax, let go, let fly. So someone tell me, why can't I can dance a tango, I can read Greek, easy. I can slay a dragon any old week, easy. What's hard is simple, what's natural comes hard. Maybe you can show me how to let go, lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle, whistle for me. I can dance a tango, I can read Greek easy. I can slay a dragon any old week easy. What's hard is simple, what's natural comes hard. Maybe you can show me how to let go, lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle, whistle for me.
Now, he has been part of the company of 13 different Broadway shows. Currently, even though they're not necessarily in performances right now, but currently, including the Tony Award-winning Best Musical, Hadestown. He's also an award-winning cabaret artist who was at Adelphi in the fall of 2015 with his show Drop Me Off in Harlem. He returns to our stage this Sunday with his tribute to legendary cabaret performer Bobby Short. Please welcome my dear friend, T. Oliver Reid.
Blythe!
Hello, my dear.
Hello,
How
how
are you?
I am okay. It's been a long day, but I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I know you had back-to-back events and interviews and all kinds of things today.
It has literally been, I started my first Zoom meeting this morning at 9:15, and then at 10 o'clock, and then I taught a class from 11:30 to 1, and then a lesson from 1:30 to 2:30, and then a meeting at 2:30, and then a meeting at 3 o'clock. It literally has gone all day long. Yeah, the Ides of March.
I mean, it's like you have an actual job.
It's like I have 6 actual jobs. It's crazy. I mean, I literally, I feel like I'm working so much more now than when we are, doing our normal stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've also created some work for yourself. So,
yes,
I mean, which we'll get to in a minute, but yeah, exactly. I mean, I think you got to fill the time somehow. You're used to having to do 8 shows a week and be on that whole schedule, especially, since you also were the dance captain of the show, are the dance captain. So like you're there even beyond the shows.
Yes.
So I feel like you're used to that kind of pace. It's now just going into different things.
Well, it's that, but also it's like, I mean, I think several years ago, actually probably close to a decade ago now, because it was around the time that I actually sort of found myself in the cabaret world. I had a manager say to me, it's like, you have to do multiple things in order to have a career in this business. And literally over these past couple of years, especially in these past like 18 months, it's like I'm doing so many things and things that I had no idea that I would be doing, but it's all been great and it's all been fulfilling, but it's been a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can only begin to imagine, and I just your teaching and your advocacy work and your the group that we're going to talk about in a second, it alone would be enough. But then I know you have 15 other things happening, and also, eventually your show is going to come back, and that will turn things around as well. So now, when you were last here, you had just recently announced, I think it was right around the time you announced the formation of the Black Theater Coalition.
Yes.
And so you have been, a lot has happened with them. A kind of remarkable amount has happened with them, given that it's less than a year old. Yeah. But so tell us again about this great organization that you co-founded, a little background on them, and then that really is about representation behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
In theater. There's a lot of folks talking about the people you see on stage, but there's almost more work to be done about what's going on behind the scenes. So,
Absolutely.
which is sort of what this foundation is about. So tell me
Yes.
about that.
Right. Once upon a time, years ago, no, a couple of years ago, I had this idea, and I went to my co-founder Warren Adams to just sort of get to pique his interest and see what he thought, because Warren, not only as was he choreographer on Motown the musical, but he also produces with his own production company. So I just wanted to get his idea on this, the idea of a performance series that would be very similar to Encores at City Center or Reprise out in LA. That would be Black and brown professionals making all these things happening. So not only those bodies on stage, but literally, the producers, general managers, all of the design areas, casting, marketing, all these things. And as we looked at it and thought of, a 5-year plan, we realized that, oh wait, there aren't 5 lighting designers or set designers who are Black professionals who have had the opportunity yet. So we'd just be sort of reusing the same people over and over, and we realized we didn't want to do that. So then the question was, how do we change that? And we started thinking of the ideas of apprenticeships and fellowships, so that we can get people into rooms where they will have the opportunities to then be employed. Black Theater Coalition's mission statement is to remove the illusion of inclusion in the American theater by helping build a sustainable roadmap that will lead towards employment equity for Black professionals. And we see the illusion of inclusion exactly for the reason you said. We see so many Black and brown bodies on stage, and we think, oh, theater must be great. Broadway is doing all the work.
We fixed it. Yeah.
We fixed it. Yes.
Yeah.
and then you look at all the other areas, and it's like you realize that there are so few people of color who are in positions to write the checks, and as opposed to just cashing a check. And that's where we really want to see the change, so that there are more producers and general managers, directors, choreographers, set lighting design, casting, marketing, all these areas that we forget about. And we want to make sure that the business and the American theater looks like the world that we are living in. It's also part of the reason that we say the American theater, not just Broadway, because it's a much larger fix. It is about Broadway, but it's also about the regional theaters and the not-for-profit theaters that are around this country, those performing arts centers, as well as the colleges and universities that are getting young people ready for careers in this industry. But it's also about making sure that those young people, when they are, from 9 to 12 years old, and they first get that spark of interest in the theater, that we are taking their hands then and taking the hands of their parents and their guardians and helping support them and helping them find their way, so that if there's someone who's like, I don't sing, act, or dance, but I'm really creative. So maybe that's someone that's going to be our next set designer or costume designer, and to make sure that we're supporting them in a way that's going to keep them attached some way to the arts.
Right, exactly. Because this is not the kind of thing that turns around in a moment, because as you said, there just aren't the people in these positions. There aren't the people that have gone through all those regional theaters and community theaters and college programs and everything to build up their career to the point where they wind up on Broadway. And so it is the kind of thing that really takes that early approach, but then you have to stick with it and help them through the whole process, because there's a reason why people bail and why there aren't folks in those positions, So
it is a long game for sure. And one of the things we realized, having mentorship is wonderful, but we've started initiatives over these past several months, and one that's happening right now. One of the amazing things that started sort of almost immediately was there were these relationships that were being built between these Black participants who are looking in areas of producing, general management, marketing, PR, and casting, and they're already building relationships with those industry leaders who are working now. And that's what also has to happen, so that there is a connection, so that as we progress, people are in positions to accept jobs, to have the knowledge, so that they can do what they want to with it on the other side of this pandemic in 5 years and 10 years. And that's really, again, the long game. It's like, this is not going to be fixed in the fall when shows start to reopen. Right. This is something that, let's make sure that we are moving forward in the fall when shows keep opening. But this is something that will continue to be work that we have to do over the next years.
Yeah, and I think, as much as we we know and have talked about the fact that this is a long-term plan. This is not something that happens quickly.
Yeah.
It is kind of remarkable what you guys have actually pulled off in the time that you've been going. You had a fundraiser online a few weeks ago that
Yes.
had a lot of really great and fascinating information about what you guys have already accomplished, with some real hard numbers and actual data. And these people are going into these positions, and this is like, things are happening. Can you talk a little about some of the things that you've actually accomplished or that are in place
Absolutely.
that are happening now?
And this is in about a little over 7 months that we've been able to accomplish these things. The two initiatives that we had this fall an initiative with Columbia University and Stephen Chakelson, who is over the Masters of Theater Arts and Producing program. We had an 11-week initiative for 9 participants, so they could get sort of the wealth of his knowledge in those areas of producing, general management, company management, production, stage management. When we realized there was going to be a longer sort of pause in Broadway, we decided we needed to use our industry partners to do the same thing this winter, spring. So we have the winter spring initiative that has 4 simultaneously running conversations, seminars, one that's just in producing, one that's in general management, one that's in casting, one's in marketing, PR. We have all of the big general management offices who are helping lead those conversations in general management, and the producing, producers, Hal Luftig, Tom Curtihy, Mike Bosner, Eva Price, Mara Isaacs, Daryl Roth. I'm forgetting someone, but they are leading these conversations with young people who want to go into that area. So, and the funny thing with them is like they're like, we want to sit in on these other conversations because we know what we know, but there may be another way to produce these and information that I just never thought of. So they're doing that. So we're having these upon these shoulders that was the fundraiser in February that offered up the numbers. And if you look at theater in New York City from 1866 to 155 years of theater, more than 11,000 shows, there have been 2 black lead producers of a musical. There have been 17 black choreographers, 10 black directors of a play, 11 black directors of a musical. And all of those numbers tell black professionals, black creatives, that they have a less than 1% chance of making it on Broadway. And is that the story that we want to continue to tell in 2021? So for us, it is about moving those numbers. Our goal is to, in the next decade, increase the number of black professionals working in each of these areas by 500%. That's 5 people. So over these, which is not a lot,
right?
Over these past 7 months, with the connections we've made with so many of the current industry leaders, like with those general management offices that I spoke of. When Broadway shut down, there were no black general managers working in any office on Broadway. When Broadway reopens, there will be 6 BTC fellows working in those general management offices. So that is the increase of 600%, having 6 people work in those offices. There will be someone in multiple casting offices, in marketing offices, working with producers and designers across the board. So, I mean, it's been a lot of work that we've been able to accomplish. I like to call us the little engine that did, because there are other organizations that have been around for a while and other new organizations. Everyone's working, but we've been able to use the data. We've been able to have an action plan and really start to move the needle towards the industry that we want to spend our lives and our careers and our energy and artistic, creativity in.
Yeah, well, it's so great, and I think it really speaks to the fact that you can have all these conversations about things and you can realize that these are issues, but then to actually put something into a plan is more difficult, and even more difficult to then just move on it and actually do it, and to say, okay, yes, we have done this, we're going to do this, we have time to do this, and then here's what we're going to do next. Yeah. And I think that's just that's so important, and it's so great what has already happened with your organization. So again, it's the Black Theater Coalition. There's more information on their website about how you can get involved, or if you have resources, whatever those may be, your time, your talent. that you can get more involved, get more information about what specifically they're doing, and to help with this great group. And it really is fantastic, and I applaud what you have already managed to accomplish, and look forward to what you'll be able to accomplish with this group in the future as the momentum keeps going.
You're one of the few people who can say they knew me when. We've known each other.
I know. I know. We're not trying not to go down that road.
No, we're not going to tell them how long we've known each other or how we met on that campus. But we will say that first of all, and neither of us would recognize the campus if we went back now. I
know. I was there like 2 years ago, and it was crazy. And I had seen actually a lot of this. I had seen sort of the first wave of things that had been built there at North Carolina School of the Arts after we left. And then now there's a whole nother wave of things that have happened, and it's still going on. I just saw pictures they posted of the new apartment buildings that are going up. Yeah. I mean, it's
apparently people are trying to buy bricks from the old dorms.
I mean, I would think so, from Bailey Street. I mean, I think those probably should all be like buried somewhere with the things that they know.
Yes.
And also, God knows what you're going to catch from them.
Well, listen.
I mean, that warehouse we used off campus isn't the only place with some toxic waste problems, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. The good old days.
But we're not talking about that either. So now we mentioned a great online event that you guys hosted. We have all probably sat and watched many a virtual event or fundraiser or something like that over the last few months.
Yes.
I know you've been a part of a number of them, and so. And it's great that you're also, people are finally, getting a little better at these and having things actually filmed in a venue, and your great 54 Below videos that we're able to show. But also we have seen a lot of people sitting in front of their computer at home and singing. Yeah. So I want to share at least one of those tonight from you that you have done. It is another Sondheim song that you performed. Anything you want to say to set this one up, or should we just get to it?
I don't know if there's anything you can say to set something up when you're literally sitting in front of your computer like this with your ring light sort of hanging down, trying to get the right light. It's Stephen Sondheim, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. All you need to know.
Yes, she looks for me good. Let her look for me to tell me why she left me, as I always knew she would. I had thought she understood. They have never understood, and no reason that they should. But if anybody could, finishing the hat. Finish the hat. How you watch the rest of the world from a window while you finish the hat, mapping out a sky. But you feel like planning a sky. What you feel when voices that come through the window until they distance and die, until there's nothing but sky. And how you're always turning back too late from the grass or the stick or the dog or the night, of the kind of woman willing to wait, not the kind that you want to find waiting to return you to the night. Dizzy from the height, coming from the hat, studying the hat, entering the world of the hat, reaching through the world of the hat like a window, back to this one from that, studying a face, stepping back to look at a face, leaves a little space in the way like a window, but to see, it's the only way to see. And when the woman that you wanted goes, you can say to yourself, I give all I can give, But the woman who won't wait for you knows that you're wherever you live, there's part of you always standing by, mapping out the sky, finishing a hat, studying a hat, finishing a hat. Look, I made a hat where there never was a hat.
So just so you know,
Yeah.
because I enjoy doing those so much. Like anytime I do one, it's like it's a one and done. I feel like Aretha Franklin. It's like whatever it's going to be, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. No, I mean, correct. Because then you can pretend that it was live, and that you actually are in. You're in at the end. You just do it, and whatever happens, happens, right?
But it's that okay? That one note was a little off, or that was like no. Let the people have the live. Let them have this feeling of what it is. Yes,
That's right. It's perfect. I also like that as if you've watched enough of these over the course of the last few months, you slowly get a little bit of a tour of people's homes and apartments because like now we're seeing to what's to the right of your poster in that video we got to see what was on the other side of the poster. So
that is because and only because I got tired of that view of the room. So
yeah.
And when I say room, let me restate this. I am in a 3x3 closet in my apartment in Brooklyn, New York, because when the pandemic happened and my fiance is a school teacher gets the actual desk space. I'm in a room. I'm touching all four walls right now. I'm going to unplug the computer and
oh no,
get to see a little bit. The light's going to go out too. So this is the closet, and this is the wall that you knew.
Yeah.
And then we have the back wall, and then the pictures you just saw.
Yeah.
And then there's me, and above there is a lot of like crap on a shelf up there because again, at some point it'll go back to being a closet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's especially people with more than one person in a space that are all now trying to have the same thing. It's crazy the things people have done. I have this giant step and repeat, cutting my apartment, one room of my apartment in half because it also helps keep me from having to clean. So, it's annoying to have to walk around it to get from one room to the other, but also it's better than, just picking up after myself. Yeah. So, you do what you got to do.
We learned to reuse space in a way that we had no idea we'd ever need to.
Exactly.
In the pandemic.
That's right. And so that was more from Tim. I'm gonna put your website up. It hasn't been updated in a few years.
How very dare you? How very dare you?
I'm just gonna say it because the first thing you see is something coming up in 2015. So
okay. So first of all, I don't know if I ever told you this. My website was held hostage by someone for about 6 months.
Oh, because I didn't put it up when you were on in August because it wasn't working.
Because I didn't realize that there were different things that I had to pay every month. So I was paying one, but not the other one. So someone had taken the website hostage and then I had to pay them to get my website back. But it all needs to be updated, but it's also that thing with it's the one thing with all of the things I'm doing right now. And it's like, that'll hold for a little while.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
It's held for 6 years now. It can hold for another few months.
That's right. It'll be okay. But I put it up there anyway because it does give some nice background about you. It does have a link on there where people can buy your CD.
Yes.
It has some other videos that you've done and some other things are there. So it is worth going and checking out.
I'm going to update that thing just because you said that because
there's contact information so you can send Tim notes about what he should do to his website to fix it.
If you're, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to send that note, at least send some money as well so you can fix it for me.
That's right.
Or have the know-how to fix it because I am electronically not savvy at all.
There's got to be one thing that you can't worry about, right?
And the website is that thing right now. And it's probably not the thing that I shouldn't worry about, but it's lot in life right now.
I mean, listen, it's not like you need people to give you more work. So it's fine. Like the harder it is for people to get to you right now with everything you have going on, the better, I think. You know, I'd just take the damn thing down and just hide and say, I'm busy.
Yes.
Come back, like, you know, maybe in a year or two.
That was what the universe did this summer. It took it down for me. It said, you don't need this up here right now. It's like this period has actually been like literally like things keep happening, and these like I thought after we finished the event in February that March would be like, oh yeah, just easy peasy, not a lot extra, and more things keep happening, but it's all great, and it's hard to say no when there are projects that you want to do or people that you want to work with.
Sure.
So yeah.
I mean, thankfully you did not say no to us when we reached out.
Never.
Transition to be a part of this series that we've been doing at Adelphi. We did a few in the fall. We're doing more this semester, where we are trying to get as many people as we can out of their apartments and living rooms and back onto a stage, even if there's not an audience there, for a series of live concerts. I am so happy that we're able to include you in that this Sunday. Now, which is March 21st. We're going to talk more about the details of that in a little bit. So this show is a tribute to Bobby Short.
Yes.
You have been doing this particular show before everything kind of shut down. You've been working on it for a while. So tell us about the show and what we can expect from the concert on Sunday.
Yes. Well, the show is entitled Distingué. The songs and the saloon singer, because Bobby Short had a way of, he called himself a saloon singer for a good portion of his life, and one of his books is actually entitled The Saloon Singer. And this is a look at that distinguished gentleman, the idea of what it would be like to spend an evening at the Cafe Carlyle with Bobby Short at the piano with the songs of the American Songbook. And just to be able to enjoy that and hear those lyrics and those melodies and sort of take yourself away to those first times you heard those songs, or the time if you actually were lucky enough to go to the Cafe Carlyle and hear him sing them. But for it to be about that, I've done this show several times, and the past few times we've changed the songs because there are so many of the American standards that he made me know, like, because he sang them and his interpretations of them, that you can literally change the show each time you do it with a new list of songs. I've done them when we really focused on the songs of Richard Rodgers and Lorenz Hart. I've done them when we've focused on more of the Gershwin songs. This one is that we'll be doing on Sunday is sort of in its original version, where it's some stories about Mr. Short, as well as those writers that he truly loved. So Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn, but also Cole Porter and Noel Coward, Rodgers and Hart, among many others, and some names that some of you will know and some of it will be a little newer to some of you, but the sort of next generation of the American Songbook and those composers as well. But it's an evening of the beautiful songs of the American Songbook that can hopefully take us away and remind us that it's almost spring, and that there is renewal that's happening, and there's change and a new opportunity for all of us, and a new opportunity to hear this music in a way that some of us have not heard it before. So
yeah, absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to it. I saw one of your performances of it down in the basement at Birdland. And luckily you've been doing Bobby Short songs and this show for long enough that you have some video of either you singing songs that Bobby Short has done, or a clip from the show. So we have a couple of songs to share. One that was part of a concert that you did at Jazz from Lincoln Center.
Oh, yes.
Right. And then the other was from that show that you did at Birdland. anything you want to say else about these two pieces to set them up before we go to this video?
Yes, in the first one, I sang wrong lyrics. I know. Thank you all very much. Just let it go, people. Listen, I will be the first to call myself out for singing the wrong lyrics. The first is a mashup, a medley of George and Ira Gershwin. I was there for the New York Cabaret Convention several years ago. They did a George and Ira Gershwin night, and I had chosen another song, and I realized, like, how can there be a George and Ira Gershwin night and there not be anything from Porgy and Bess? So last minute, I made a big change. Asked a friend to put together this medley for me that is a little bit of I Got Plenty of Nothing and a little bit of Summertime mixed in with a little of Gabrielle Fauré's Clair de Lune that I learned at the School of the Arts many years ago, and I always loved the rhythm of it. So we put these things together to build this lovely little number. So I mean,
you gotta bring your opera background in every once in a while, right?
Use all your tools. Use all of the tools. Yes.
Great. Well,
hit it, Brian. Hit it.
All right, fine. Here we go.
Rhapsody on Catfish Road. At the piano is the most extraordinary young man, Mr. Julius Rodriguez.
Nothing's plenty for me. Oh, I got plenty of nothing, and nothing's plenty for me. I got my gal, got my Lord, got heaven the whole day long. No use complaining. Got my gal, got my Lord, got my song.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Julius Rodriguez.
And so respectful about making sure that everyone in the room felt at home and felt like they were a part of the experience. And I have to say, as Mr. Schwartz said many times, I have friends at every table in the club. Why do I just wither and forget all resistance when you and your magic pass by? My heart's in a dear when you're at a distance, but when you are here, oh my. It's not the pain that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft light to enchant me if you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me. If you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the nearness of
So delightful. And I just realized another thing that I miss
Mhm.
is being at a show in a club like that and having a waiter walk in front of you and get in the way briefly. And like
There's no way to get a good video in a club. Not a chance.
I mean, it used to be like annoying, and now I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. Oh, I missed. There's someone walking around and helping people during the show. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's,
my
I mean,
God.
I feel like with the Sondheim thing at 54 Below, and then working with Larry this weekend, it's like to be able to like just stand and sing with a live piano is incredible, and a feeling that I think, so those of us who get to do it, fairly regularly, to have forgotten about that, and to have that back again, and to have that feeling for audiences again, is just going to be, is so nice that we're getting closer to that.
Yeah. You're on a stage. You're not singing to tracks. You have an actual live person playing music with you. Like,
and listen, and now it's like, the idea before, it's like when only 40 people showed up, you're like, but now you're like, I got 40 people here. That's all I can have anyway. This is great.
Yeah. Fantastic. We're sold out. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, well, you will, as we mentioned, you'll be doing your full Bobby Short show this Sunday, March 21st. It is at 5:00 Eastern time. It is live from our concert hall stage. It is you and a piano and a bass player.
Yes.
We are so excited to have this going on. If you are unable to watch it live, or if you get your live ticket, that the recording is then available very shortly after the show's done, and people will be able to watch it through midnight on Wednesday. So if you can't make it live at Sunday at 5, or if you just don't want to do that because you're still just sitting at home and everything in your life now, you can just start playing whenever you want to. So anyway, so that's coming up on Sunday. Tickets are available on our website as part of our Live from Adelphi concert series. That's adelphi.edu/live from Adelphi, or just our regular pac.adelphi.edu page. You'll find it there. We have a couple more concerts in this series after yours. Joe Iconis is up in April. And then a great show in May, just celebrating pop music and with hopefully a little bit of a band. By May, we'll be a little bit safer to do some things like that. So, but anything you want to add about the show on Sunday?
It's going to be great. Come on, we're going to listen. We're going to have a ball. I mean, again, there's some of the songs that are best known by Mr. Short, but also some of my absolute favorite songs. And as Larry Yerman, my musical director, said this weekend, he's like, I'm in good voice, so come on and listen with us. Why not?
Even better, you'll be doing most of your show in falsetto, I understand, as you did with your summertime song, right? Well, I'm sure you can just hit those notes. Just it's fine.
It's like I try not to hit them anymore. I try and soothe glide across them a little bit. It's easier for all of us these days,
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, you go from 0 to 100 in a weekend, right? But,
yes.
Well, thank you again so much for being here, for taking the time to talk about this on your busy, crazy day, for sticking with us, for sharing all these great music.
My pleasure.
As much as I could just sit and chat with you for hours, as we have done on many a time,
and we will again,
and we absolutely will, because we have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah. But it is time to end the show. We have one more Sondheim song before we go. But first, I am so looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. Thank you, everyone at home, for watching. I look forward to seeing all of you again next week, next Monday, after you watched the show on Sunday. So continue to stay safe, stay healthy, so we can all be together again next week and back in person in the future. So to close us out, here is one of what actually turns out to be one of my personal favorite Sondheim songs from Tim, again, from that great Sondheim Unplugged concert that 54 Below did back, I think, in December. Anything you want to add to close us out, or about this particular song, or anything at all? This is your chance, because we're almost done. Everyone, come and see the show live, virtually, on Sunday. Again, like, all these songs are just some of my absolute favorites. So I'm happy that we're able to share them tonight. There are, the song list for Sunday. There are 20 plus songs, and we get through them so quickly and so effortlessly. Knock on wood. So I hope you'll join us to hear the songs of the American Songbook. Fantastic. I cannot wait. Thank you again, and enjoy this last piece of music from Tim, and we will see you again soon. Thanks, everybody.
It started out like a song. It started quiet and slow with no surprise. And then one morning I woke to realize we had a good thing going. It's not that nothing went wrong. Some angry moments, of course, but just a few. And only moments, no more, because we knew we had this good thing going. And if I wanted too much, was that such a mistake? At the time, you never wanted enough. All right, tough, I don't make that a crime. And while it's going along, you take for granted some love will wear away. We took for granted a lot, but still I say we could have kept on growing instead of just kept on